So hopefully I'll start making now shorter videos. Again, a new playlist. I am excited about not having just one day. Having one day just sort of drives me a little batty, if you haven't figured that out. I like looking at, of course, we got the full moon in 2 days. Got it. But January 15th, which is the real MLK birthday, and all that the glass onion tied to that. You've got to watch how we did that or how they've done it. And the Beatles Glass Onion and all the numbers and dates of JFK's assassination and MLK and MLK and RFK assassination year. It's boy, the way they did that was slick. And so him rising on the third day would be rising on 11/7, which was what 9/11 was. 9/11 was rising on the 7th month on the 11th day. And this would be the first month, 17th day. You're still coding 11/7. So he could go down on that day too and rise on 119 Donald. I get that. But when you see the connections to MLK, I want to go over a few things with you very quickly, as these will hopefully get, quicker and quicker as we go. But my stepdaughter, remember her number is 3 times 19 times 1998. She's got the 138 for Donald Trump in simple gematria, the 88 for Trump in simple gematria, and the 86ing of him, all in her number. And she was born 8:08 a.m. And her first name, middle initial, and last name come to the exact as Donald J. Trump, 148 in simple gematria. So she is like the cipher we do love to follow. And on the 15th of January, she is 9068 days old. And so I times her number. Well, it was up there. I don't know why I got rid of it. Times 9068. And look in the middle, you've got the 718, Porsche 911, Porsche 718. And the Dark Knight came out on 718. Dark Knight Rises came out 2 days later. But it's a 1 and a 0, so was always taught to multiply it by God to get even a deeper clarification. And you do get 388 for murder code with Trump, fused with the 86ing and 66th book of the Bible, Revelation. Like it's all just packed in there neatly, isn't it? So that's interesting. And I want to offer y'all this. You see this midpoint X across America? You know how we have pointed out the X across America, that what you're looking at the dates of, see if I can find it because I've already got it up here. So this is the date when the X went across, the midpoint. It was a total solar eclipse on the exact midpoint day of 2 total solar eclipses that make an X across America. It was the first day of the poke and Biden getting his electorals. It's 121 Antichrist fused with Deadly Wound 214, fused with, because it was in the year 20. So you can write that date, 12/14/20. It's fused with the 420 of what I would tell you is the abomination of desolation until we understand it to be impossible, till we just get too close to kill 2 billion people. So that's an extraordinary date, this midpoint of X across America. If you run that to the 15th. You do have your 726. I'm sorry, you do have your 762 days. 762 is the amount of home runs that the home run king of all time has hit, known as Barry Bonds. And you also have 25 months, 1 day for 251 coding, and it's 251 days in both directions from our August 12th midpoint into the previous and past total solar eclipses. So again, that eclipse scenario. The hours, 182.88. So you've even got an 88 in the hours. Very convenient. If you run it by then, what would be the potential opening of the book of Revelation? You have 213, which oddly, that's Trace McGrady's number on his social media. .213 Trace McGrady. His Instagram is 213, and I'm not sure why. So that's not when he's born. You know, I did tell his mom when he would be born, he'd be born on the 24th, and he was, because that was my favorite number, as y'all know. Been down that road a million times. He was not due on the 24th, but he was born that day. So if it is 2 years, 1 month, 3 days from that midpoint, it is 253. It is 18. It is 18336. So you have 18, which is 6 plus 6 plus 6. You have 36, which is the triangular number of 666. In other words, if you add 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 all the way up to plus 35 plus 36, it equals 666. It's got a 33 in the middle. It's got an 83 for murder code, all in the hours. 660096 in the seconds. That's just a very, in text of Trump, 88. I'm sorry. Trump's number is 163464. And we go from 62 to 64. 62, 63, 64. Wife numbers. Anyway, you're all caught up. Be sure to check out the playlist. January 15th, 19th, 21st, and Groundhog Day. If we were to, since we're here and we got it plugged in, let's key in Groundhog Day. It's 780. It's 2119. Wow. 187 on the hours for Groundhog Day. 1872. And don't forget, I was her 872 if you carried out 3 digits. 88, 2 digits, 872, 3 digits. And that got 86th. That would have him rising on 24. That is 121. 187.68 in the hours, which is the reversing of the 86. Groundhog Day is big too. I'm glad I'm not focusing on 1 day anymore. I'm glad I've got multiple days. I tend to be able to relax easier, not getting focused on 1 date. And but wow, that is really big. Even if you write the whole thing out, it's still 121, 214, 420. It's just with another 20. You know what it really is? And when you drop the zeros, it's 1422, my phone number, which is all about tribulation. Acts 14:22, King James Version Bible Gateway. That's a very significant cipher. That midpoint day of, it was a total solar eclipse right on the midpoint of 2 total solar eclipses that make an X across America. I don't think it gets any bigger than that. It says, we all through much tribulation enter the kingdom. The great trib is for the church. Also per Daniel 11:35 and 12:10. Boy, you get that 121, don't you? That is just an enormous, if we run that through what we just experienced in August, which was Sirius rising on a double midpoint of 2 total solars, 2 total lunars, you do get 606. You get a 66 right in it. 606 days. 86 weeks and 4 days. They are definitely both ciphers of the 86ing and the book of Revelation being open. Both those dates are 606 days apart. All right, anyway, love y'all. Good stuff. Good stuff.